Hey, this is TJ from smokescreendesign.com again for another video about the moon. So there's a lot of comments. People aren't too happy with my moon theories. Just some things that I put out there as how it could work. And unfortunately, some people are so globally minded. Their mind is just so spherical that when they hear something other than their propaganda that they've been taught all their life, that they can't comprehend and understand how it could actually work. See, I want you to do something for me. Prove to me that this moon is a complete sphere. What do I mean by that? Well, everyone says, oh, the dark side of the moon. The moon is a complete ball. It's a complete sphere. How do you know it's not a half sphere? Maybe the back side of it is absolutely flat. Prove it to me. Prove it to me that it's not. Well, the problem is that you can't. Can't prove it. Probably will never be able to prove it. I know you've got NASA that will show you the backside of the moon, which they're mooning you with their backside is actually what they're doing. It's just a play on words. But I want you to prove to me that this is a complete sphere, complete ball. Like this. Like this is a complete sphere, complete. Look, I can even see the backside. Oh, check that out. Prove it to me. You keep saying that the moon is a complete sphere and that on the flat earth, if it was up above, then on the flat earth you'd be seeing the bottom and other people would be seeing the dark side. Prove to me that it's a complete sphere. So what if it is, say, like this? What if it is like on the ceiling and it's got a curve to it? Or, you know, like these, whoops, hit the wrong link. So what if it hangs like this, like a lamp shade on the ceiling, that it's maybe half, or if it is a complete sphere, that this part of the sphere is all cut off by darkness and you will never see it. And the moon just kind of points down, so then when we are looking from the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, we all see the same thing. We all see the same thing. No matter where you are in the world, we all see the same thing. We all see the same side of the moon. People say, oh, you can only do that on a sphere Earth, on a globe Earth. No. So if you can imagine that this moon, that the sky is sort of like the ceiling, and that this is kind of stuck up against the ceiling, and we are looking at the bottom of it. That's what we're looking at. So we are looking at it from the bottom. How curved is it? How curved is this moon? So I was looking at the moon one day and just trying to see, is it curved? Some people say, oh, there's no curve, it's a flat disk. It's just a telescope, it's just the camera that's adding curve to it. And so just glancing at it when it was pretty big, just see with the naked eye, and I'm like, well, at least the edges do look like they have a little curve to it. But does that mean it's a ball? When I was looking at the edges, I was like, well, it's interesting that maybe it could be the curve, the shape of a ball. I also thought about there's like a kind of the edges kind of seem to round off pretty quick, almost like a giant cookie. I wanted to add one additional item here. I meant to show a cookie, an example of what I meant by the cookie. So the edge of these kind of curve rapidly like this, and looking at the craters and just seeing them going up the side, that there's definitely could be some curvature to the moon, and it seems like that other parts of the moon definitely, you know, have some sort of curved look to them, but maybe it's not quite a maybe it's not quite a perfect sphere. But, and I'm not saying that the moon is completely flat across like this and just curves at the edges, but just gives an idea of how it could curve like a cookie does. And that's just what I wanted to show here real quick, since I had not shown this picture, and just seeing how these edges and the edge of the moon just kind of made me think of that. So think about a cookie shape. Maybe it's from here to here, just curves off really quickly, and rapidly curves much steeper than a perfect sphere would. So maybe that is the shape of it. We don't absolutely know the shape of this moon. And if you think so, prove it to me, because a lot of you people that are so globally minded, you can't think any different than your programming. And what you have to resort to is attacking the people, to call names and say how stupid people are and how ridiculous. But you can't prove it. You can't prove anything. Most of you don't even make your own videos, which is ridiculous, because you want to go and talk about other people's videos and you don't even make any videos. You're just a bunch of trolls trying to waste people's time. But for people that are looking at the flat earth and trying to see how things could work, take a look at the moon, that maybe it's a hemisphere, maybe it's a half ball, and the backside of it is flat. And that's why there is no sun that you could ever see going on that side of the moon, because there's nothing to shine sunlight on. And I know some people say that it's self-illuminating, whatever, but think of it like this as a possibility for the moon in the sky, and not like this, because I was thinking of the moon in the sky like this, kind of like this ball dangling from the ceiling, which then starts to bring confusion. I mean, even on a globe Earth, if this is what the moon is in the sky, this is extremely confusing, because people should be able to see different angles of it. We shouldn't all see the same thing. And the moon, not only when it orbits, but it rotates. I don't remember what direction, but it rotates in this direction. So what I mean by that is the moon, when we see it like this, it rotates, like I said, I don't remember which direction, but it rotates in one of these directions. As people have taken pictures and at different times, and this whole side just rotates in a either counterclockwise or clockwise formation. We don't ever see anything other than this. And if you think that we do, please share pictures. If we see anything more than these other sides, please show me, because this is all we ever see. We all see the same thing. So you say, oh, this can't work on a flat earth. Well, why does it work on a globe earth? Why can't you see any other sides of this? When people are looking at the moon from all sorts of angles, from all the curvature, from the north down to the south, from up in the northern pole region down to the Antarctic. Why can't they see anything other than what we see here? So a lot of you globally minded that can't think and just want to make fun of everyone, prove it. That's all I want to see. What I do is I just continue blocking all of you, and if you want to cry about me um, censoring your comments, yeah, because you're all a bunch of assholes. And if you want to be respectful and um, really engage in conversations, then I'm all for that. There are people who we have conversations about globe Earth, flat Earth. They disagree with me, I disagree with them, but we're respectful with each other and we learn from each other. So any other people, you get upset about me censoring you, yes, I will continue blocking you, and you'll have to continue go creating new Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube accounts and Google Plus accounts, and I'll keep blocking them. So I don't care. I'll keep blocking you and your charades. But a lot of you got a lot to say, but nothing to prove. So that's what I'm calling you on, is prove it.